Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So first of all, I want to thank you guys so much for the support in this little blogging series. If you guys haven't seen the first video in that series, I highly recommend you go watch it. I share my November income report, so I showed you guys exactly how much money, to the penny, how much money I made in the month of November. So go watch that video, I'll leave it down below. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a tech tutorial. It's going to be showing you like step by step the process of actually starting a blog, like how to set it up. I've never done a tech tutorial before, but I feel like that's probably one of the things that you guys have like the most questions about. Every time that I start talking about my blog and how I have my blogging business, a lot of people say, oh my god, I want to start a blog, but like, how do you actually do it? I know nothing about computers. I'm super not tech savvy. So I figured that I would do like a tutorial. Like I'm actually showing you how I created a blog a couple months ago. So in a minute, you're going to see like a screen recording of the actual setup process. I figured that that would be a little bit helpful if you're somebody who's been flirting with the idea of starting a blog, but you're kind of like apprehensive and you don't really know what that is going to entail, like the setup process and things like that. This should give you a good idea of what that process looks like. One of the biggest things that I want to tell you guys is when I started blogging 7 years ago, I didn't know how to do any of this. I didn't have some kind of computer degree. I didn't know anything about coding. Not that you need to know like a lot of heavy coding stuff in order to have a blog, but like point is, like, I didn't know how to do much of anything. All I really knew how to do is open up Google and search for things. Like, I don't even know how I would be here today alive without Google. But pretty much every aspect of blogging, anything that you want to do, whether it's how do I write a blog post, or how do I change a photo in this, there's definitely a fly in here, or like how do I change a photo in my blog post, or how do I change my theme? Any like tech kind of question that you may have along the way, you can Google and search, and I promise you there's either a blog post written about how to do that or some kind of video tutorial like the one I'm about to show you. So if that's really the kind of thing that's been stopping you from starting a blog, that fear that you're not gonna know how to do something, like, do it. I promise you, you will figure it out. I promise you that there is someone who's already had that issue that you're gonna find yourself having to deal with, and they will have shared their experience. It's really not as scary as people make it out to be. But anyway, long story short, I'm gonna be showing you guys how I set up a blog, a real blog, a couple months ago with Bluehost and WordPress. One of the things that I will say about Bluehost and WordPress is that they both have really great customer service, like online. I've talked to them a million times. Anytime that I've had an issue, I've gone onto their website, and normally they'll have like a Q&A, like little live chat box where you can chat with a real person. I know I've contacted them a million times because like I've forgotten my passwords and I've had issues logging on and things like that. So again, do not be afraid. There are people that are there to help you. Even me that I've been doing this for 7 years, I still from time to time get stuck or I'm having an issue, and I have no shame in just hitting up that chat box and being like, yo, like please help me. Last but not least, I do want to mention, if this is something that you ultimately decide to do, if you watch this video and this tutorial helps you and you feel a lot more confident in starting a blog of your own, and you decide, you know what, for 2019 I'm gonna go ahead and start a blog of my own, I please ask that you use my link that I'm gonna leave down below. That's my affiliate link down below for Bluehost, and that's full transparency. If you decide to start your blog and you use my Bluehost link, I will get a commission for that purchase. It costs you nothing extra, so you do not have to pay anything else. You're just being a nice human and using my link instead of just opening up your browser and going to Bluehost directly. Anyway, just click on my link. It's gonna take you to the same place and I get a commission. I really poured my heart and soul into doing this tutorial for you guys. I really genuinely believe that it's gonna help you, because I know what it's like to want to start something and you're like, whoa, like I don't know what I'm gonna get myself into. I don't know how difficult this is gonna be later. So I wanted to show you what that process looks like. So if you wanna help me out, if you wanna help a sister out, use my link. I will love you forever. And with that being said, let's just go ahead and get into the video. You guys are gonna kill me because it's like the longest intro ever, but while you're watching this video, if you do enjoy the tutorial, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. If you are new, subscribe to my channel. If you wanna see more of these blogging related videos, if you don't wanna miss the rest of this series, and now we can go ahead and get started. All right, you guys, today I'm going to walk you through the exact step-by-step process of starting a blog, because I know that it can be a little intimidating, especially if you're new to this, if you're not very techy. Don't you worry, like I was there too, but we're going to go ahead and I'm going to walk you through it. So before we get started, I just want to give you a little bit of information about myself. My name is Kayla and I'm the founder of Gen Y Girl. So this is my blog here. I've been blogging for 7 years. When I first started, believe me, my blog did not look like this. But after, you know, doing some tweaks and after like just learning little by little, it finally got to a place that I was really happy with. So the first thing that we're going to do today is we're going to click on how to start a blog, which is an actual blog post that I set up I don't know, like over a year ago. That's exactly step by step what you need to do to actually start a blog. But instead of just walking you through this page, I'm actually going to create a blog with you guys today, show you what that process looks like through Bluehost and WordPress, because I am starting a new venture myself. So I am looking to set up a new blog that's all about blogging, everything related to blogging. I'm going to be calling it Blog Babe Bootcamp, and it's literally going to be step by step just how to do a bunch of different things with your blog. But in order to do that, I need to first create the blog itself. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. So over here, I'm going to go ahead and click on this link, and that's going to take us to Bluehost. So let's go ahead and do this. So the first thing that you're going to see when you access Bluehost, you're going to click on this green button that says Get Started Now. Bluehost is super easy to set up, super easy to use. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to select your plan. So you can choose from the basic plan, the plus plan, the choice plus. I would go the basic route if this is something that you're absolutely just starting with, if you're just going to dabble with it, if you're not really sure if this is something that you're going to stick with long term. The basic plan is a pretty solid plan. The only difference is that the website space, so this one gives you 50 gigs, the plus gives you unmetered as far as space. I'm probably going to go with the plus just because, I don't know, I just want to be on the safe side. So I'm going to go with the plus. So I'm going to click select. And now I'm going to set up my domain. So your domain is basically what you're going to call your website. So the first thing that Bluehost needs to do is they need to check to make sure that that name isn't taken. So I already have a few ideas for what I want to call my blog. So you can just go ahead and type these in here. And then if it is taken, it will go ahead and let you know like that's not available. So I'm going to type in Blog Babe Bootcamp, which is what I want to call my blog. So Blog Babe Bootcamp, I'm going to click next, and then it's going to say create your account. So I'm going to go ahead and enter all this information. All right, so the next thing that Bluehost is going to ask you for is your package information. So you're going to check which package you want. For the plus, I can decide if I want to go 12 months, 24 months, 36 months, or 60 months. Obviously, the longer you commit to, you're going to get a cheaper monthly price. But because this is something new, I'm not exactly sure how long I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to just go with the 12-month price at $7.95. I think the basic package is going to be cheaper than that. It tells you $7.95 for 12 months. This is going to be my domain registration, blogbabebootcamp.com. And then there's other stuff that you can put, like package extras. I'm honestly not really going to do these. Or maybe I am. I don't know. Let's see. That one seems pretty important. Site lock security. And I just get rid of some of these just to keep the price a little bit more affordable. Bluehost SEO tools. Again, this is totally up to you what you decide to do here, but I'm just going to go with the cheaper option, $95 or $107. That seems pretty fair. And then I'm just going to go ahead and enter my credit card information. Again, I'll blur this out so you guys can't see it. And then after I add my payment information, I'm going to click on this and I'm going to go ahead and hit submit. So just give it a second to load. Don't freak out. It takes a little bit for it to get to the next page. So now you're taken to this page that says, congratulations, welcome to Bluehost. Here are a few special offers just for you. Again, I'm not interested in any of these special offers at the moment, so I'm going to hit no thanks. And then I've got this that says, welcome to Bluehost, congratulations, your purchase was successful. I gave my email address, so a confirmation email is going to be sent to that. You can choose a password for your account. So let's go ahead and create a password. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create a password. Privacy, hit next. Okay, so now you're gonna go ahead and click login, and then you can pick a theme. So when it comes to your blog theme, I've said this a million times, you can pick something, you can change it a million times later. So I wouldn't really worry about this too much. For now, just to say that I picked something, I'm gonna go ahead and just pick, I don't really love these. So I'm actually gonna skip this step. And once we get into WordPress, you'll see that you can change your theme there and they have other options. So I'm just gonna skip this step for now. And now I'm gonna go ahead and start building. So I'm gonna go ahead and, what does this say? It says, for your information, we're provisioning your WordPress installation on a temporary domain. We'll update your site to Blog Babe Bootcamp automatically as soon as it's ready. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start building. All right, so now we're inside of WordPress. This is what the WordPress user face looks like. It's pretty easy to navigate. Again, everything that I have learned about WordPress has been through just trial and error. It's pretty user-friendly. So do not freak out once you get in here. So the first thing that it's gonna say is, welcome to WordPress. What kind of site can we help you set up? Is it a business? Is it personal? For now, I'm just gonna say personal. And it's just gonna walk you through some different things. For now, let's say, the site title, let's just leave it at this, just because we're not really sure what we're gonna put in here. So this is gonna be a static welcome page. Let's launch welcome, build a starter, contact us page. Again, this is just trying to help you start up, but I'm not even really here yet. So let's just hit no thanks. Connect your Jetpack profile to improve security, track sites, and grow traffic. I guess let's connect to WordPress. There's a server error. Okay, fine, great. So let's hit not now. Let's customize our site. All right, so let's go ahead and start up here. So let's click on Bluehost. And when you click on Bluehost, this is gonna give you some information about your actual site. So right now it's telling me that if I were to type in blogbabebootcamp.com, what we're gonna see is a coming soon page, which means that I'm gonna be working on it on the back end. And once it's ready for other people to see it, I can click this launch button and then it'll go live. So that way people are not seeing you like as you're tweaking it and things like that. So what else is important here? The first thing I think that we need to do is we need to actually pick a theme for right now. So let's go ahead and go to the free themes here in WordPress. You can click here on free themes from the Bluehost page, or if you ever can't find this page for whatever reason, you can click appearance and then themes, and then it takes you to pretty much the same page. It's just different options. So let's go back to where we were before, because I think that there were more options there. Let's go to Bluehost. Let's go to free themes. And these are all free themes that you can pick from. You can demo each of these. So let's say I really like this theme. If I click on demo, what it'll do is it's gonna show me more or less what my blog will look like if I were to choose this. So I can exit out of that one. I can say, okay, maybe I didn't really like that one. I can click on this one and I can demo it. This is what the blog is gonna look like. Obviously, there's no real content here. So it's just showing you kind of like an outline of what it would look like. So you can just play around with some of these, figure out what you like. Again, there are more than just these free themes. There are definitely more if you wanted to look into maybe purchasing one. Creative Market is an online marketplace that they have a lot of different themes that you can choose from. So I'll link to some of those down below. But let's say for now we go with, let's just say right now we go with this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and install it. So once I hit install, that is the theme that I'm working with. And then I can really just go ahead and customize it. So I can customize things let's go ahead and, we're not gonna add a logo, but I can change just different background colors. I've never worked with this theme before, so I apologize that it looks like I have no idea what I'm doing here. But let's go here. You see where it says welcome? I can change this to Blog Babe Bootcamp. And I can change the tagline to say, up-level your blogging biz, whatever it is that I want to say there. But for now, that'll do. You can add a whole bunch of different things. The typography, it looks like this theme is giving me the option to change the text color, the heading color. This will allow you to just navigate your menus and to create new menus, but you're not there yet. Right now, we're just setting up the blog. So let's see. Right now, I'm not going to do much else. I'm just going to activate and publish, which again tells me that this is the blog that we're working with. But again, like I said, we can change these at any time. Look, there's a whole bunch of different blog themes here that I will probably like more. Let's go to popular, see what's popular. These are all popular. Okay, so this looks like a little bit more of like what a blog would look like, a quote unquote like blog. Like this is not a business page. So how about we install this and see what that's gonna look like. Anytime that you change your theme, it doesn't erase the content that you have, so don't freak out. So this theme in particular has a whole bunch of different like options to play around with. So we can get started with Ash, and there's a whole bunch of information here. How cool. So there's actually a whole bunch of different like blog styles to choose from. Again, you can see what a live preview would look like. Let's live preview this and see what happens. So this is a live preview of what that blog would look like. Pretty cool. I really like that. That's actually really pretty. There's always going to be like a pro version that you can look into. So this one is prompting you to buy Ash Pro. But again, you might not need that right away. So I'm just going to X out of that. This is the one that is the one that I have. So this one's active, live preview. Very cool. So I can start customizing it. And you see, so it already has taken where like I had written before Blog Babe Bootcamp, and it has kind of transformed it into this theme. So what we're gonna do here is obviously you would take your time, you would go ahead and just change all this stuff so that it actually reflects, you know, what you want it to look like. Your colors, so I could change the colors, the background image. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that you can play around with. And the only way that you're gonna learn it is if you go ahead and you just play around with it yourself. Site identity. So here's where it's got Blog Babe Bootcamp, up-level your blogging biz. Where is that photo? Because I feel like this photo we have to get rid of because obviously that is not what I want. But don't worry, we'll find that. Header image. So right here. So header image, we can hide this image and then it'll show you in real time what that's gonna do. So let's say we're gonna actually add a new image. I don't have anything set up, but I do like this photo here. So let me just grab it and see what happens. I will be changing this around as I go, so I'm not gonna be stuck with any one photo, but just so now you guys can see what I'm doing, let's just go ahead and say that this is what we're gonna be working with. This is gonna allow me to crop the image because I guess the whole thing is not gonna fit. So let's just choose that part of the photo. And now we have a new, you know, header image. It's not what I want it to look like long term, but for now it'll work. So for now, Blog Babe Bootcamp has a header image, and then we can go just figuring out what we want this to look like. But let's go ahead and go back to where we were before. So inside this WordPress user face, this is again where you're gonna work on your theme. You're gonna go ahead and work on your actual blog post. So when you hit post, this is where you're gonna add your blog post. So all you would do is you would go to add new, and this is where you're gonna just write a blog post. So testing first blog post. So that's gonna be my blog title, and this is going to be my text. This is my first blog post. How does it look? And then again, obviously you would actually write a blog post. You would just create, this is just a test so you guys can see. You can preview it. So if I hit up here and I hit preview, it will show me what this blog post is going to look like. Obviously that's not gonna be my first blog post, but you can always preview it before you publish it. If you're ready to publish it, you would hit publish and it would be taken to your actual site and people could see it. So that's what the little posts button is for media. This is where all of your, let's go ahead and leave this page even though it's just a draft. Media is where all of your photos are gonna live. And right now, just the biggest part is figuring out what your blog is actually going to look like with content, with a theme, and then with the actual post that you create. So you are going to also want to go ahead and configure your Google Analytics. So that's something else that you're going to want to look into doing. But one of the things that I really like about WordPress is that the minute that you enter your dashboard, it's going to kind of walk you through some of the next steps, right? So right now it's saying get started, customize your site, change your theme, get it going, and then it also tells you like what your next steps should be. So edit your front page, add additional pages, add a blog post. At any time you can view your site. If you ever want to see what your blog looks like at the moment, you can just go up here to where it says visit site. You click on that and it's going to take you to see what it looks like. So, and then you just go back and you're taken back to the dashboard. But again, it kind of walks you through all of these primary things that you should be doing the first couple weeks that you start your blog. So it really is very self-explanatory. Again, the more that you dive into the different features, the more that you play around with these things, the more comfortable you're gonna feel. At first, it's kind of like, what the hell am I looking at? But don't be scared, because I promise you that for every tiny little piece of anything that you have to do, there is some kind of a video tutorial or some kind of blog post that'll walk you through it step by step. So do not be afraid whatsoever. So that's going to be the end of that step-by-step creating your blog with Bluehost with WordPress. If you want to go back to this post that I have here, how to start a blog, there are a couple other components that I mentioned that you should work on once you're done with that actual setup. So after you've already done all of this Bluehost stuff and you actually get into the WordPress dashboard, start writing, install your Google Analytics, set up all your social media accounts, start creating graphics for all of your content, start developing like a brand colors, a logo, things like that that are really going to set your blog apart, and then just start sharing all of your content. So again, there's some good information here in this blog post that you'll want to look at. But at any time, if you have any questions, let me know. That's what I'm here for. But do not be afraid to start playing around with your WordPress site. Again, I've been doing this for 7 years and it has been a journey, but it has definitely been one of the most rewarding things that I have ever done in my life. It's now what allows me to stay home with my baby girl now that I'm a full-time blogger. And really, had I not started in the first place, had I been afraid to even look at that dashboard and really been afraid that, I wasn't tech savvy enough, had I shied away from that, I wouldn't be where I am today.
All right, you guys, so that's going to be it for today's tech tutorial. Let me know what you thought of this. Let me know if you enjoyed seeing these screen recordings of me actually doing stuff. If you would like to see more of these, I'm not opposed to doing more of them. If you're a blogger, if you're someone who's interested in this kind of thing, just leave me your request down below. Let me know what you think would be helpful. And again, stay tuned for a couple more videos about blogging later this week. Tomorrow we have a Q&A, and then I'm just going to be sharing just some general advice for newbie bloggers, established bloggers, bloggers who are looking to work with brands, things like that. So if there's anything in particular that you want to see this week in my blogging series, just leave it down below in the comments. So like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my other videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.